Hello from ChemHelp ASAP. This is the first in a two-part series where we're going to talk about orbitals and energies in chemical bonding. So when I think of energies and bonding, I think of energy as the why does the bond form, because it's energetically favorable. And then orbitals really describe how bonds form. So when we talk about bonding, we're talking about covalent bonding. And why do we form covalent bonds? Well, a lot of people say you do this to satisfy the octet rule, and that's true. Let's look at a really simple molecule. HCl, we take two atoms, hydrogen and chlorine, and when they combine, what happens is chlorine gets to share in the electron from hydrogen, and hydrogen gets to share from that electron in chlorine, and these two electrons are particularly more stable in the bonded state. And why? Because they are between two nuclei. Well, what could be better for an electron? It's better than being around one nucleus, but being between two nuclei, two positive centers. So that is downhill in energy. So when we say these things are energetically favorable, this is favorable for the electrons. So chemical bonding is all about electrons and what happens to electrons energetically. So this is about chemical bonding and chemical energy. Is there another kind of energy that we encounter in atoms? Sure there is. There's nuclear energy, but nuclear energy involves what happens in the nucleus. Chemical energy is about the electron energy. So this is energetically favorable because we are stabilizing the electrons in the molecule. Now, let's talk about bonding from an orbital perspective. And I want to start with hybridization, which is not bonding. What did we do with our hybrids? Well, we took atomic orbitals and these are called AOs. Supposed to be an O, atomic orbitals, and let's make an sp2 hybridized atom. We'll take, here's our spp, and we can mix those, and what did we get? We get 3 sp2 hybrids plus an unhybridized p, same number of atomic orbitals. We get new atomic orbitals, and we call them something special. They're called hybrids, but they're still atomic orbitals on that atom. Well, in bonding, we're going to do something different. We're instead going to take atomic orbitals, our AOs, and we were going to mix them together, much as we mixed our atomic orbitals to make hybrids, and we're going to mix atomic orbitals between two different atoms, and we're going to get molecular orbitals. We're going to get MOs out. So we go from atomic theory to molecular theory. And you can't talk too much in bonding when someone's going to talk about molecular orbital theory, MO theory. So these are the two basic ideas that we'll discuss whenever we talk about bonding. We'll talk about things from an energetic standpoint, and we'll talk about things from an orbital standpoint. And that relates to the why does a bond form and how does a bond form.